Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's Thursday, November 17th, 2016. One of the top stories today, President Obama's visit to Berlin, Germany. Earlier, he spoke to international media with Germany's leader, Angela Merkel. A major focal point of what they were discussing was the transition of power in the presidency in the United States that's coming January 20th, 2017, from Obama to Trump. Trump has said he would exit NATO. And today, Obama and Angela Merkel spoke about the necessity of these countries staying involved in NATO. The point of this video, Truth Seeker, is to show you what a puppet show this is, what an ongoing game of chess this is. It is no coincidence Obama is in Berlin, Germany, 1 week after the selection of Donald Trump, who was announced as the 45th president on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. Of course, Trump is talking about building a wall between the United States and Mexico, and that too came up in this media address today. So check this out. First, we're going to look at why today, why November 17th, 2016. There's a specific reason why. Today's date, November 17th, 2016, it is a date with 44 numerology. It is also the day that leaves 44 days left in the year. And if you've missed the videos I've put out this week, I'll link them in the description. The night Donald Trump was announced as the 45th president, I put out this video right here, or the early morning, I should say, early November 9th, put out this video. Donald Trump announced as the 45th president on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. In Gematria, Berlin Wall equals 45, like Trump being the 45th president. Since then, I've put out a number of other videos relating to the wall with more information. The latest of which is right here, which I'll link in the description. I go into great detail about John F. Kennedy, the last president to be assassinated, who spoke at the site of the Berlin Wall June 26, 1963, 149 days before his assassination. I'll link this video. Again, here is the parallel between JFK, Donald Trump, and the Berlin Wall, and why this news is coming today, November 17th. JFK was the 35th president. The word Catholic equals 35. He's the only Catholic president. He was also the 44th term president. Some presidents serve more than one term. JFK, the 44th term president. The word kill equals 44. Right now, Obama's the 44th president, but he's only the 43rd man to be president because Grover Cleveland was number 22 and number 24, meaning the count's been off ever since. Trump will be the 45th president, but the 44th man to be president. And all throughout history, presidential deaths and assassinations have been centered around 44. The first president to die in office died on April 4th, 44. The first presidential assassination was of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham equals 44. Honest Abe equals 44, plus a whole lot more. Anyway, today's date, 44 numerology, day leaving 44 days left in the year. You know, JFK, Berlin Wall, 44th term president, Trump the 44th president. Today's also a leap year, so it's the 322nd day of the year. 322 is the number of skull and bones, the Masonic order that the Bushes are very much associated with, the Bush political dynasty in the U.S. They say JFK's assassination had a lot to do with the Bushes. A lot of research on that out there. JFK died 149 days after his trip to the Berlin Wall. Skull and bones equals 149 in Gematria, the click that identifies by 322. Infamous number throughout history. And real quick, as a reminder, JFK, he went to the site of the Berlin Wall. That had to do with the Soviet Union, now Russia. When he came back and was assassinated, they blamed it on Lee Harvey Oswald, who came back from the Soviet Union. And then we have the Zapruder film, which is made by a 33rd degree master mason who's from Russia, from the Soviet Union. Now here we have Donald Trump, who's, claiming to be friends and an admirer of Vladimir Putin. Today, Obama in Germany was speaking about Putin and Trump and Russia. This is all a riddle. We are living out a planned agenda. These leaders that we have, they are puppet stooges selling us out, just fulfilling what has been planned long in advance. You know? Berlin Wall 45, Donald Trump, the 45th president, Obama in Berlin today, speaking about Trump. Probably the most we've heard from him since Trump was elected. Up here, the headline about meaner world. Just for the record, the word mean has gematria of 33. The word nice has gematria of 31. The ranging degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry, 31, 32, 33. Add those three numbers together, they sum to 96, like the word Freemason itself. Berlin getting meaner. Special number to the Freemasons, 33. Masonry, 33. Secrecy, 33. Order, 33. Federal, 33. There's only 3 states that have gematria of 33. The first and last, Delaware and Hawaii. And the 6th, Massachusetts. Kennedy equals 33. Kennedy from Massachusetts. Spoke at the Berlin Wall 33. Died in the middle of Dealey Plaza on 11/22. 11 plus 22, 33. Died on the first day of Sagittarius, by the way, too. Sagittarius equals 45. So does Dealey Plaza, just like Berlin Wall. No presidents assassinated since JFK. Anyway, Obama's from Hawaii, 33 land. So I'll link this if you want to read the entire article. I'm just going to show you the last paragraph. I'll also point out this. Barack Obama was standing next to Angela Merkel. Angela Merkel's birthday is July 17th. From her birthday to today is 123 days. Conspiracy equals 123. It's also 17 weeks and 4 days. New World Order equals 174. Numbers often coded by this gang. Angela Merkel in gematria sums to 50 and 104. Relevant numbers to the U.S. America equals 50. Donald equals 50. Jerusalem in gematria sums to 104 with a USA right in the middle. The U.S. date of independence, date with 104 numerology. The United States of America currently giving Israel $104 million per day. And no, I'm not kidding. It was Obama that signed that record deal. $38 billion a year is $104 million a day when you divide 38 billion by 365. So check out the way they close out this article, CNN. They close it with a quote from Obama in 2008. During his 2008 speech, Obama lauded open and diverse societies. The walls between races and tribes, natives and immigrants, Christian and Muslim and Jew cannot stand, Obama said then. These now are the walls we must tear down. You know what's funny about this article? They don't even mention the Berlin Wall at all in this article. They don't mention the Berlin Wall. But, you know, they're obviously playing on it. They bring up Trump's wall. And let me remind you that Donald Trump equals 48, just like the word wall in simple English. Both 48. Trump announced as the 45th president on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. This is all a big stage, a big game, a mocking of the people worldwide. Because we're all living under this one world, Masonic, Zionist, banker, tyrant order by the numbers. These practices, coding numbers into words, these are Jewish practices. Kabbalah related practices, Jewish mysticism. It's who controls your media worldwide. That's who controls your banks worldwide. In Berlin, 33, false flag, 33, order, 33, federal, secrecy, masonry. Worldwide sellouts. Something I forgot to include in the video that was very thorough the other day. Point I needed to make. The construction on the Berlin Wall, it began August 13th, 1961. Berlin Wall construction, August 13th, 1961. That date can be written 13/8, as it's written in Germany, day before the month. Donald Trump equals 138. From the day construction began to the date JFK was assassinated was 831 days, the reflection of 138. This year on August 31st, 2016, August 31st, 8/31 as we write in the U.S., Donald Trump met with the president of Mexico. The center of the conversation was supposed to be the wall, but it didn't come up. You know, doing things by the numbers, all planned out. To understand the greater significance of 138 and 831, I'm going to link the video where I get into it and what it has to do with Saturn, the keeper of time. So anyway, from the anniversary of the construction of the wall this year to the date Trump was announced as the 45th president from August 13th, 2016 to November 9th, 2016 was 88 days. Trump equals 88. Again, Donald Trump 138, like the date August 13th. 2 months and 27 days. Trump went to the Jesuit University, Fordham University. Jesuits, Catholic Church, the first university in the history of the world was Catholic at the Vatican. Remember, when you divide 22 by 7, you get the number for pi, another number throughout history connected to death, killing, assassination, from JFK to Lincoln and more, to even the latest attempt on Ronald Reagan, which was a hoax. Remember, Ronald Reagan was the Hollywood actor, then the 33rd governor of California, then president. If you missed my video earlier this year on the bombings in Dresden, it was a tribute to the bombings in 1945 in Dresden at the end of World War II. The U.S. and the U.K., they created the most loss of life in the shortest period of time in the entire war with the bombing of Dresden. The U.S. and the U.K. bombed innocent war refugees, killing hundreds of thousands of people who were non-participants in war purposefully at the end of the war. And I guarantee you the reason the U.S. and U.K. did that was to hide the truth of what really went on in World War II, killing hundreds of thousands of innocent people who did not participate. You know, the U.S., the U.K. were not hero nations. Jewish people, Zionist Jewish people, tyrants, they make your movies, they give you these false history, filling your head up with bullshit. The evil empire won World War II. And those of us who live in the U.S., the U.K., that's where we live. We live in the evil empire. The good guys lost World War II. And there weren't even really any good guys, honestly, because the whole thing was orchestrated by this gang. But what the gang did was they made the villain, who was Hitler, who disappeared at the end of the war, you know, they made him speak the truth, and then they associated what he spoke with evil. In fact, he called out the truth of the world, what the evil of this world is. It is the Jewish banker tyrants. That's what they did in the war. The bad guys won, and they shamed the truth. But anyway, this year, major tribute to the bombing of Dresden. Dresden equals 33 like Berlin. Look at this. This came 71 days after Angela Merkel's birthday, the date of this news. It had been 71 years since the bombing of Dresden in 1945, which happened on February 13th, the 44th day of the year. Military equals 44, kill 44, genocide 44. When you write out 44 and 71, they sum to 144 special numbers. I got a video on this, a longer one. I'll link it down in the description as well. But if you're not subscribed here, you want to subscribe. I mean, I put out truly, I put out, you know, probably the best information you can find anywhere in the world today. I'm connecting all the dots that people have failed to connect. And once you recognize it, it's just in your face all the time. That's why I've been talking about Donald Trump, Berlin. Now you got Obama over in Berlin a week later speaking about Trump. And, you know, here's the other thing I want to close out with. Unrelated. Well, maybe sort of related. I'm running this campaign. A campaign to get something built to mobilize we, the truth seekers of this world, so that we can get organized and we can take action against this tyranny. Bring it to an end sooner than any of us expect. And I'm speaking to an audience with this channel, my backup channel, my blog, of nearly 40,000 people, at least that I'm aware of. 40,000 people who've been following my work, you know, for more than a year. I've had about at least half that much. Thousands of people have been following me for going on 3 years. And I've been pumping out all of this information, you know, giving you free knowledge. I bet you the majority of you who have watched have coughed up thousands of dollars to universities that you've essentially just wasted. You know, here I am giving you free, powerful knowledge every day. The point I want to make is there's 40,000 of you out there. You know, that should be, all of you should be motivated to make this project happen. What I want to know is why only 270 people have contributed. Let's do some math. Here's some more important math than any gematria I've shown you today. Let's see what the care percentage is. Who is willing to do something to help bring an end to this? I mean, I wonder what the majority of you are doing here. You know? Why are you following my information? What's 270? Whoops, that's not what we want. We want 270 divided by 40,000. That's what we want. So, if we were right here, if we were at 0.01, that would be 1 out of 100 people. So 0.065, you know, that's a little more than 1 out of 200 people. We're a little better than 1 out of 200 have contributed. So if there were 200 people in the room, so far one person stepped up to help out. Where's the other 199 of you at, you know? We have all the information here, Truth Seeker. You know, we have all the knowledge we need to expose what is going on. Only fools can't see. And for those of you who think other people can't wake up, you know, those of you who you guys talk to and they dismiss it, pay attention. If you listened to my radio show last night, one of my most dedicated trolls called in. And I didn't know he was one of my most dedicated trolls. I could tell when he called into my radio show last night. I could tell that, you know, he was calling in to attack, but I let him speak, and then I spoke, and then at the end, he apologized and said, okay, well, maybe now I know where you're coming from, and maybe now I'll back off. And then he went on my YouTube channel and left a nice long comment, and he said, sorry, I've been attacking you all this time. I didn't have the right perspective. You know, my knowledge, you guys, that I put out here, this knowledge cannot be denied. People can try to deny it, but if you deliver it to them the right way, it cannot be denied. Today is another shining example. And this was already, you know, a closed case on what's going on with Donald Trump, JFK, and the Berlin Wall. Now you got Trump over here Obama in Berlin on the day that leaves 44 days left in the year talking about this. You know, right now we need to be all over this nation. We need to be in the nation's capital with signs up, waking people up to what a puppet show we're living out. You know, people of the world, they just want to tune out the truth and continue to be slaves to lies. Keep grinding every day, complaining about their life, paying all these taxes to these tyrants that keep them enslaved. You know, how many of you haven't contributed any money, but you keep going to work and grinding and paying all these taxes every day to your government that abuses you? See? You know, you have to recognize, you need to look in the mirror and say to yourself, you know, I'm a slave and I'm not going to do anything about it. I have no power. I don't believe in myself. Because, I mean, that's what you're saying by not contributing to this campaign. So go to the mirror and just say it out loud, you know? All of you who follow my work, who have $1 to contribute, who haven't contributed, that's what you're saying every day. You're telling yourself you're a slave, you're selfish, you know, this is as good as it's going to get. You're going to keep grinding for the man, you know? Also, Truth Seeker, just in case you missed the Truth Seeker Network update, the website and app are getting very close to launching. They're working hard on it today. Here's some more incentive. You know, I'm trying to think about more ways to get people involved. Most people are selfish. Most people are takers. Most people just take, and don't give anything. Here's your 270 out of 40,000 example. So, knowing that most people are takers and are only self-interested, I'm going to use that to figure out how to get more people involved in furthering this agenda. And what we came up with, the team that's building the website, we're going to build a store on there. We're going to build a store on there that everybody who's a part of this is going to be able to use, and they're going to be able to promote their own goods and services that are relevant to this cause. You know, you can't be just selling anything, but if you're selling something that's truth-oriented, artwork that's truth-oriented, music that's truth-oriented, t-shirts that are truth-oriented, we're going to get it all on there, on our Truth Seeker Network Revolution. We're going to have our own marketplace so we can support each other, so that we can hopefully raise money for ourselves. My thought is that if we get a network of truth seekers who are making income off this, working together, cooperating, that'll provide more incentive for people to grow. But for all of you who are already in your head thinking, oh man, I want to get a part of that haven't donated $1, I want you to know what kind of person you are. You're a taker. Taker. Takers are what is wrong with the world. It's a world full of takers and almost no givers. You're looking at somebody who's worked their ass off for 3 years straight, putting out nothing but free information, working day and night. And this isn't fun. I mean, look at what I'm doing. This is grueling work. Constantly decoding, pumping it out, keeping up with this never-ending propaganda media. Compare myself to the average person who can't even donate $1, to the person who probably gave him more knowledge than the rest of the world combined. Shame on you, takers. Almost all of my subscribers are takers. That's what I know about the people who follow me. There's been some really generous people too. People have made donations of $500, $300. A man a little younger than me has made multiple contributions of $200. Almost all of this money raised has come from a very small group of people. And don't feel bad if you've only donated $1 or $5, because that's the perfect amount to donate. $1 to $5. That is perfect. That's all that needs to be donated per person in this group we have. But if it wasn't for the very generous people, the few givers, this dollar sum would be way down right now. A small group of people have donated the vast majority of that money. I know you guys are broke, a lot of you, and you don't have money. That's another story. You guys need to learn how to save. You need to stop wasting your money. Even if you're poor, live responsibly, eat responsibly, make your finances within your means. Everybody should be able to save money no matter how little money you make. I used to work a minimum wage job. I still saved up money and paid my bills. I had to minimize in a big way. So anyway, Truth Seeker, that's pretty much the message. Another day of mocking. Another day I was wishing I was out in Washington, D.C. exposing this on the streets right now in a megaphone. Got to get this movement off the internet, Truth Seeker. Are you fed up yet? All right, until next time.